Hey guys, Blake here from Into Mobile, and today we're going to take a very quick look at the brand new Samsung Galaxy S4. Now this is the exact phone that we were pretty much expecting out of the get-go, but it is a very nice device. What we have here is a 4.99-inch Super AMOLED HD display, as well as the standard 2 gigs of RAM. We have an insanely fast processor inside. You got every sensor you could want on it. We're just going to do a quick little hardware tour. Other than the awesome, massive display, we have the 2 capacitive buttons right on the for menu and back, as well as a dedicated home button that we saw on the Galaxy S3. And this one, as you can see, has the smart cover. So this will, when you close it, it will actually lock the device, but it will still give you relevant information to you. And even with it on, you can still see the profile. It's still relatively thin. And so we're going to take a quick hardware tour, and here we go. So on this side we have a very nice power lock switch. Is basically the same place that we found on the Galaxy S3. And other than that, it's relatively clean. We're going to go up on top. We have a 3.5mm headphone jack. On this side of the device, we have a very small volume rocker. And you can see how it's actually, the tone actually changes. It's actually pretty nice. It is very thin. Other things we have right here, proximity and ambient light sensor, as well as the 2-megapixel camera. And then let's go into the back where you see the 13-megapixel camera, as well as this interesting new polycarbonate backing. It doesn't have that metal casing that we had before, but it is nice. And there's now instead of the bottom where the Galaxy S3 was, had the symmetry between the camera, and now we have the LED flash below it, and as well as on the bottom. And this is the mist black color. As you can see, it kind of picks up some fingerprints. It is nicer than what we're expecting from the previous videos, the leaked photos. And this also includes the new point, or the touch flow. Let me see if I can go into the gallery really quick. Let's not share that. And so you can hover, and I'm not actually touching it, but you can hover over a picture and you will get a preview of what's actually in that gallery. So I'll go back over here. So this is just one of the albums, and I will hover over it, and it'll show you relative image, or all the images that are in there are just a preview of them. And as well as there's also I'm not sure how to set it up, but there's also the airflow where you can actually open up and navigate through things just by tapping, or without actually tapping at all. So let's see, and then we also have the standard TouchWiz. It does have a lot of interesting tweaks throughout, and let's actually go to the lock screen, which they demoed. So you can actually hover around it without touching, and we should have some interesting effect happening. You see the sun kind of shining and interesting. Let's go back and see that one more time. It's like a little ball of light that follows along your finger. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then what else do we have here? I mean, of course, you're going to have the standard Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. This actually supports Wi-Fi AC, which is something we're starting to see on a couple more phones more recently. You also have an infrared sensor on, I believe it's right here, so you can actually use this as a remote, and you can go to the Samsung TV app that will actually aggregate news shows, which is something that we actually recently more saw on the Galaxy not the Galaxy S3, but the HTC One. There's a lot of things to really like about this phone. They haven't just made a bigger phone. They've actually made a lot of more helpful apps that people are really going to like, just like S-Health. So it can actually track your calorie intakes. It can do a lot of things for you. They'll keep you informed on what you're doing, what you're not doing right, and you can go into your comfort level, stuff like that. Let's go. What's another app that we can see? And actually, let's jump back to the home screen. I mean, this is basically the very similar thing that you've seen before, but there is a nice smoothness that you did not perfectly get with the Galaxy S3, but it is very similar. I mean, this is the standard home screen that we saw before, and this is how you can change and add home screens as you wish. Very simple and to the point. There's nothing too dramatically different as far as the way you use the device, but this is definitely an awesome phone, and I think that we'll be seeing this sometime in April, so stay tuned. And we'll have a lot more on this for you very soon. So thanks for watching, guys.